This episode contains segments that may be unsuitable for some audiences. For your convenience, these segments have been identified in the timestamps within the video description. You ever heard of Kari Lake?
Why does that name sound familiar?
Kari Lake, she used to be a journalist out here in Arizona. And then she tried to run for governor. Then she tried running for senator. She's like this with Trump. So he appointed her to run Voice of America.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Think of NPR meets CNN International. They shut it down.
Why?
Well, the current administration isn't too fond of Voice of America at this point in time. So basically, Kari Lake just gets to chill for the next 4 years, perhaps. That wasn't a DEI hire at all.
Yo, Concrete Cactus, welcome back. Episode number 5.
Pretty fly. Not for a white guy. Start the show.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Ryan.
We need the theme song.
It's not in the budget for this quarter. Should we just start? We just cut to the cheese on this episode, or do we let it slowly melt like butter?
Oh, you got to introduce our new segment.
We got a new segment. Oh wow,
we got a couple new segments this week.
We just changed the format a little bit to increase SEO engagement.
Where's the background on this?
This segment essentially came about in light of a lot of law enforcement related shenanigans that's taken place in good old back home. So considering that this is in your neck of the woods, Brandon, I say you lead the pack.
So let's start from here. 26-year-old Joseph Asconia of Newark Police Department tragically killed in the line of duty. This happened on March 7th. He was killed by a 14-year-old who used 29 bullets with a ghost gun, the world's smallest machine gun.
That is insane. That's an easy way to ruin your life.
Yeah, he had a switch on that gun, obviously. 29 bullets. The cop didn't get one shot off. He was still sitting in his car when he was approached. Do you know how much it costs to get like one of those switches?
I should know this. I live in a gun-friendly state. Nah,
they're fairly cheap. I think it's around like $20 to just get the switch.
Wow.
$20 just to change it from a semi-automatic weapon into a fully automatic weapon.
What inspires a child, and that's dead ass a child, like a child to fuck around with weapons, not just with weapons, but just fuck around with modified weapons, man. Like that's just sad. What were we doing at 14, man?
Something very similar.
What?
To this, like filming.
Oh.
Filming.
I sure as hell weren't. We weren't raised in the hood, but it sure as hell wasn't the suburbs either.
Yeah. And it's not like we was far removed from it.
Yeah, it was there, but it wasn't there.
We just wasn't around it.
It was easier to not be around it than it was to be around in our environment.
That ain't necessarily true either.
What makes you say that?
I think it was equal opportunity.
It was a DEI hood, what you're saying?
I'm saying we could have easily been around that environment.
Good point.
I mean, I know I could have. The opportunity was definitely on the doorstep.
Good point.
I mean, I still know people who are definitely involved in it.
Well, I think we all know people who are definitely involved in it. It's 2020, 25, and people are still living in that mental poverty because it appears that the child damn lost his soul doing this shit.
You could have some mental stuff that you could be going through too.
It could be mental. Some of these people, they are cursed with demons, man. Those demons are real.
Yeah, you don't know what he's dealing with at the same time. I mean, 2 lives got lost. One is just like literally gone.
One is like, literally an NPC for life, bro. You shot a cop and you killed a cop at 14 years old in the city of Newark, New Jersey. A city that has not seen a cop die in line of duty in 14 years.
Moving on, there's a circulating video of an off-duty police officer, detective in New York City that is engaging in some extracurricular activities.
Some frowned upon activities, to say.
That got her suspended.
Jesus! Omissions! I want to tell you about a girl named Keisha. Ass steak. Just want to smash quick. Let's go. Shorty love the track, but she love the pole. Make that ass clap, make it drop and roll. Pop that for me, give me that rocky roll. She screaming, Poppy go, I'm about to drop it low. Legs long, ass thick, just wanna smash it quick. Hit the dash and split.
That's too much. It's like I'm watching damn porno at this point.
I'm saying.
That's not a cop in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's not a cop in Miami, Florida. That's a cop in New York City.
As you can see throughout the entire video, she's wearing damn near nothing.
Very minimal clothing.
Very minimal clothing. Call it that. There's some other detectives that have gone on, well,
The record?
yes, anonymously, that said they have no words. Apparently, the artist of the video, the song, wasn't aware that she was a cop. She was contacted through a model agency.
She wasn't undercover, huh?
She makes six figures as a grade 3 detective assigned to Bronx Special Victims. Joined the force in 2018.
Oh, that's AOC's borough.
She's not wearing anything that says NYPD in a video or saying that she's a detective.
True. Somebody did a plembi on her, bro.
Now, she popped up and somebody was like, I know who that is.
She got oinced.
She also got relieved of any cases she was currently working on, any sex worker involved cases.
So she on deck's duty, huh?
But I mean, the fact that she works in Special Victims and she's dancing in this video like this is kind of crazy. Those two do not go together. What would Olivia Benson say?
Give it a season and a half. This will be an episode. Same generic ass music and everything.
Dun dun. What you got going on with Kata and AZ?
Well, there was a vehicle rollover. Phoenix police the other day off the 17.
They just rolled over like a happy pit bull.
I ain't never seen my dog roll over ever.
You never seen your dog get on his back? No Diddy?
I've seen her go sideways, kind of like how my kids sleep. I guess we can run through Creekly crashes real quick when it comes to Prince of Phoenix, Devin Booker, a.k.a. never leaving the team.
He doesn't want to leave Phoenix.
He's home.
But hey, if y'all fire Bud.
I was going to get to that. You know who's the front and center cornerstone of all that?
Who?
KD. You about to get that boy clipped.
Fired.
Services no longer needed.
Promoted to customer. I don't know. Suns culture is just to fire your coach and hire a new one. So at this point, they would have to start rebuilding because I don't think they got any more first round picks for the next couple.
Oh yeah, well here we go again with that first round pick. That's true though. They really don't got a lot of first round picks.
They're not doing nothing for a decade. Unless they get some picks off with trading away KD. And I don't think they're getting a first round pick for Bradley Beal. It might be Bradley Beal and Booker till the end at this point.
I guess I got to move on to some notables in football. Josh Sweat is now a Arizona Cardinal.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. They need some damn defense out there.
They do. I'm surprised they didn't go after Hassan Reddick.
Me too. But it's the Dallas Store Eagles. So what do you expect, bro?
No, not the Eagles.
I know, but you're missing the point. The Cardinals is
Dallas. You were saying that they're Dallas. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
That went over my head.
Kyler Murray. Guess he's not going to be a Jet after all.
Yeah. Kind of found a quarterback. We'll see.
Wait, who? Oh, wait, that is true.
Justin Fields.
That is true.
Rocking number 7.
That is true. And then y'all old quarterback, he's in what? Minnesota right now?
He's in limbo, choosing between the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Giants. Supposedly.
Bro's really trying to like live out Brett Favre's dream right now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that dream. Brett Favre's career.
Yeah.
Minus the creepy shit.
Supposedly the Vikings are leaning towards McCarthy though, so I see him going to Pittsburgh, and I see Russell Wilson going to the Giants.
I see Russell Wilson going to the Giants.
Yeah, I see him going to the Giants on a 1-year deal. That rookie QB, whoever they draft, is going to be sitting behind him, learning, hopefully.
Are you talking about Shador?
If that's who they get.
I don't know where Shador going, but it ain't New York.
It's not New York. He's going to the Raiders.
I mean, you'll see Future at that stadium before you see Shador Sanders in there.
And where
The
Vegas?
giant, a certain running back is interested in talking with the team and visiting the team. And Cam Scatterboo, ASU sensation, player for the draft,
Do they really need a running back though?
second round.
Connor do be getting injured.
And Connor's getting old. Scatterboo might stay in Arizona after all.
I guess time will tell. Let's talk about Stephen A. and LeBron. I want to talk about that.
Me too. I feel like we've heard every side of the story at every angle and every facet at this very point.
I'm going to give my honest opinion on the situation. I think it was the wrong move for him to approach Stephen A. at the game. There's a lot of different ways he could have contacted him.
A lot of different ways.
A personal discussion about how he felt instead of approaching him at the game while he was courtside in the middle of the third quarter.
Minding his own business with Larry David and his agent.
This isn't at halftime. This isn't at the beginning of the game. This isn't at the end of
Bro had the night off, bro.
Bro came to him in the third quarter.
ESPN folk and agents like, yo, you got to talk about this. He was like, do I have to?
You're talking about after it happened already.
Right after it happened. He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to speak on it.
He didn't want to speak on it. And then
he
went on First Take and y'all want me to say something because I've gone viral for something outside of my podcast and First Take. Been number one for 13 years. Every weekday, he be plugging the shit out of that show. So he talked about, he explained LeBron was upset at remarks of, well, Ronnie's career thus far.
Hey, it's his fault.
Yeah. Make this long story short, LeBron pushed his kid out there to the Wolves, talking about he's better than half of the people in the NBA. If you want me to play on y'all team, you're gonna have to draft him, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. More often or less with emojis. And this young man, but only 1 or 2 years in college?
1 year, and he didn't even play the entire season.
He didn't play. He had a heart condition too. This kid's coming off a heart condition. And he's saying he about to be better than half the league. Well, you got your first father-son playing together thing in the season. They moved into the G League, and he was putting up some good points in the G League. Take him out the G League.
Can we take a second and look at his college career?
Sure.
This kid played in 25 games. He started 6 of them, averaged 19 minutes a game.
He gets more minutes than Bobo.
Take a guess on how many points he'd averaged.
2.
4.8.
I was being conservative at that number.
And 2 assists.
LeBron James Jr. 19 minutes on the court.
Supposedly better than half the NBA.
Playing more minutes than Bobo. LeBron's talking a big game. Stephen A. was basically saying, long story short, I wasn't talking about your son. I was talking about you. But Stephen A. couldn't say that to LeBron James at that very moment. Man, literally announced a $100 million contract renewal with ESPN Walt Disney the same day. So he wasn't trying to pick his bag up on his special day. So he just said, okay, we'll stop talking about your son and just keep it moving. He purposely didn't see Bronny's college games or high school games out of respect for the family, because they know, and he knows, that if he pulled up to a game, people are going to be asking him, how do you think? How do you look? And he wanted to stay out of that conversation. He wanted to stay out the fray because he could came back on his ass.
No Diddy.
If you were somebody who sat there and listened and then really listen to both ends of the spectrum, I think somebody in their right mind can see where LeBron got upset, but at the same time, LeBron set himself up for all that. The number one thing he felt LeBron is salty about is the fact that Stephen A. has come out and said things unapologetically, as he should, such as LeBron being the second best player ever in the NBA for Michael Jordan. That probably LeBron's ego a lot. That probably gets him real upset, real stingy on the inside. Because, LeBron, he takes a lot of pride in his game. Everything. Great family man, by the way. I mean, can't come at that. But that dude, put a mic in his face when he's upset, you gotta roll your eyes. Even hey, man, people just use him as a scapegoat because they hear the name, they're like, already, nah, it's him, it's him, it's him. Just because you hear somebody's name all the time doesn't essentially mean that it's always them. Like if somebody said Draymond Green beat his kids, I wouldn't believe it. He probably beat somebody else's kids, but not his kids.
I said that.
It just comes off as that guy. I don't see him as a bad parent. So why do y'all hate Stephen A. Smith? I'm curious.
Who's
Just
y'all?
drop it in the comments.
Oh, I thought you was talking.
You thought we were just having an intimate chat right now?
I thought you was asking me like why Warriors fans or something hated him.
No. Y'all not even the most annoying fans in the league. So I guess this week's Purple Politics is going to be quite short because it seems like y'all politicians are behaving yourselves.
For the most part.
Well, depending on who you ask. Elon Musk versus Mark Kelly.
Round 2.
What just happened? Well, Senator Buzz Lightyear himself paid Ukraine a visit earlier in March, talking to locals and soldiers and, of course, Zelensky. He shared his little journey on X and expressed how everybody wants the war to end. Any agreement has to protect Ukraine's security and sovereignty and don't want to give away to Putin. And of course, Elon Musk took the opportunity to call him a traitor.
Traitor.
Traitor. Well, Senator Kelly shot back quite quickly, saying, traitor? Elon? If you don't understand that defining freedom is a basic tenet of what makes America great and keeps us safe, maybe you should leave it to those of us who do.
It's fair.
Fair to me. Showing his support to Ukrainian people, blown away by their resolve as they fight for their country in the face of Putin's illegal invasion. That was just quite tame little exchange. Wasn't the end of it, because as many may be aware, Senator Kelly is known for his little black Tesla Model S. So not too soon after he was called a traitor, Senator Kelly took upon himself to get rid of that Tesla Model S. Kelly expressed that driving his Tesla made him feel like a rolling billboard of a man dismantling our government and hurting people. And he further commented, Elon Musk kind of turned out to be an asshole. And I don't want to be driving a car built and designed by an asshole.
What's he talking about?
After selling his Tesla for a undisclosed amount, Kelly, he introduced his new vehicle, a Chevrolet Tahoe built by union labor here in America, which is interesting considering
What's the gas usage on that?
it's like 15 miles a gallon on them damn things.
So he doesn't believe in global warming.
I ain't gonna say that. It just seemed a little odd considering that he's a senator of a state, right? That has electric vehicle manufacturers investing, manufacturing, and developing in the state. For instance, Rivian, one of their future vehicles, I believe, what's it called? The Rivian R2. They manufacture the batteries for that upcoming vehicle, like 45 minutes north, at an LG plant in Queen Creek.
The LGBT.
Lucid actually makes cars. They actually make cars in Casa Grande. Why didn't he just invest in a Tesla competitor? That would have really sticked it to Elon, wouldn't it? You want to introduce the errors and emissions? Wrap it up.
Reviewing last episode, there were some discrepancies in
Honest
some
mistakes,
yes,
unintentional deficiencies,
yes, in some conversation.
remarks that were made that weren't necessarily true, but weren't lies because we didn't intend on lying.
And the purpose of this next segment is to address those
Moments we talked out of our ass.
Yeah.
So I said a thing that wasn't true about Kyler Murray. That thing being that he was going to be a Seattle Mariner at one point. That is not true. He was going to be an Oakland A. Something
Currently
much worse.
and soon to be Vegas A.
He was going to be an A before he decided to declare for the NFL draft. Smart decision that the young man made. I also said a little bet that I had made with Brandon on the last episode, stating if Kevin Durant was to become a Golden State Warrior between the time the season ends till some point next season, I will buy him and myself 200 level seats at Suns Arena for a regular season game next season against the Suns and the Warriors. Except the arena is not named Suns Arena, nor it's named Footprint Center. It's called PHX Arena or
Checks.
Phoenix Arena, which is sheer irony because that's also the name of the airport here in Phoenix.
Which is a pretty spacious airport.
It's a beautiful place to commit suicide.
That's mad dark.
And ironically enough, both of those entities are both owned by the city of Phoenix. Yes, city of Phoenix makes bank off of their airport, the Phoenix Buns. They also own where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. City of Phoenix is smart. They make dough off of billionaires, literally. Way to go, City of Phoenix. I'll give you that.
Errors and omissions.
So I hate it here. Say we move on to viewer comments.
What do we have this week?
Your mother commented.
She did.
She said, thanks for the shout out, because apparently, as you did say, she is a certified life coach.
I'm going to give you the differences. A life coach is ideal for people trying to get unstuck or improve specific areas of life. Transformation coaching is for people who want to rewrite their entire story and shift their identity.
You can't change history. Like, I say I have a second life. That's just a figure of speech. Some people, man, it's not because of their past. It's because their past is still their present, whether they know it or not, which is not a bad thing if you are healing and you're growing from something. But if you're masking the reality that you live in, almost in a way where you're playing pretend and then trying to get people to do the same, that is just as toxic as that friend who tells you not to see that guy that you find cute because he has like a
why are you using it from
nose. I'm just using that as an example because that's happened to me a couple times. Except it wasn't a pimple on the nose. Oh, he's in the army. Oh, he has a kid. Oh, he's not from here. Anyway, your mom said you should bring in a clip or two of when y'all were doing podcast-ish recordings when y'all were teenagers.
No. We were doing skits back then. It wasn't really podcast-ish either.
Ladies and gentlemen, me and Brandon were 80% likely to have multimedia work on the interwebs in the form of comedic sketches.
We were doing skits before skits was even skits.
Before iCarly was iCarly.
Yeah.
Let's just say we were on the internet or on YouTube in its infancy. We really wish we had a mentor or a life coach or some sort of a person with multimedia experience who was predicting the future, the right head on their shoulders.
An investor.
Who knows what would have come out of it. So with that, shout out to I think and were involved with that shit at one point.
Yeah.
You know who you were. You know who you were. You could have been Odd Future before Odd Future. Brockhampton before Brockhampton.
Could have been our future before our future.
Yeah, man. Now y'all probably wondering, the fuck we talking about? Y'all find out soon enough.
Well,
Y'all find out soon enough.
that's it. It's a wrap it up then.
Hey, wrap it up.
Well, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Am I missing anything?
I can't think of anything you're missing.
Gotta hit that bell. But yeah,
The bell.
from the concrete.
We'll never be those kids no more. Never be those kids again. Cactus.
Stay hydrated.
Stay warm.